into the old Lord Palladium then again. You know the old Palladium? The old Palladium then? The old big old Palladium at the plate of the den. You know when I finally serve you that good plate at the end, that which is the old enjoy of the joy end, dead set in. When that which is the most joy, est, comes to be comprehend. Rainbow like that. Rainbow like that. The old rainbow on the north, the old rainbow on the south, the old full loop of the rainbow bows. The rainbow that goes all the ways around the fucking earth. The old rainbow bows. Don't you remember the old rabbit of those? The old rabbit dimensions of the old rabbit dimensional of rabbit Bane. The coup de Bane. The coup de Bane, the old colour the car. The old servant the potential. The sipping the two of the sipping Tru3's pen shed letters of the jar of the dale. That their pen made of the jar of the tree. Of the jar of the dale of the tree. From the cut of a na of the kind of up. The old Karen a cool. The Karen a kala cool. The kula kaka. The old kula kaka. The old king kalaka. The old king cool. The old bigger the king car. The old bigger the king cool. The old bigger the king cool. Of the king kalaka cool. You know the king kalaka cool. The king cuckoo, the kalakama, kankampanku, king bakakumu, kamakaku. The old big tamakalaku of the bigger first to kick up. The bigger the first to kick up. Of that thing of love. The big love that kick up with the turtle. The guy that racing, bucket the boom onto the penguin. Who fucking what? Shot off. Shot off and did what? Well, jump on that old pig, the ice slave shower, and went like a doll. And lighted it all up. But the big kanako king like a cool. It's hi, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm back again. Old St. Anthony. The old Seta, the Tessa, the old Tru3, Testeranta. They'll test Tru3. They'll what's the test that is true? The test of truth. That is wishes to test the truth to see if it's true. How can you test the truth to see if it's true if you never believe the truth? So you don't worry about testing it to see if it's true. But if you believe the truth, well, you test it to proof. You got to test that truth to see if it's the pudding of truth proof. As in, there's so much pudding out here. The only way to get through it all is by proof the pudding. Who can proof of the pudding if not that which is the budding? That which is the budding to the pudding. That makes the pudding so bloody the sweets. The old digger, the goo, the good gaga. The kulakama, the kanakusi na kachunana. The kamakasima, nakutusi. And nothing to see here, eh? Not much of my mates. There's not much to see here, eh? Not much to see here yet. Too much see here yet, eh? As in you could say, see here yet, eh? There's not much to see here yet today. Why is there not much here to see yet today? Because okay, you got to think it safe before you start to play. So before we start to play today, we'll sit down and we'll do a JSA. First thing you got to do is what is the job? The job today, boys, is we got no ideas. We got to build the job with no ideas and get the job with no ideas done. What do you mean no ideas, boss? Well, I don't know. I've got no ideas about what no ideas is that we got to get done. No, we have to start somewhere. So anyone got an idea? I've got a boss idea. If we start with an idea, that the job of no ideas means that at the end we'll build up to leading to having no ideas, which will leave the truth behind. So we'll start with the idea that this thing we're doing is to build the truth. For that is what the job of no ideas could be. Well, I think we just finished the job, mate. What do you mean, boss? I think you just done the job right there, mate. Why? Because you just blew my head wide open. Really, boss? Yeah, mate, you're promoted now. You're in charge. Alright then, boss, I'll take it from here. Alright, boys, what we got to do first is we've got to start at the place called the truth. Then we've got to test it to prove it, to see if it's just an idea or if it's true, so we can get to the end of no ideas, which will be when we know the literal truth, if the truth that we're proving is true or not. But we've got to start at a place of truth. You can't start at a place of lie. If you start at a place of lie that no ideas will lead you with no ideas, then you're not going to get anywhere, guys, because you think there's no ideas out here to have an idea. But it's right here. You know what I'm saying, my friends? Nothing to see here, eh? There's not much to see here today, no. If there was something to see here today, well, I would show you something to see today. But I don't think you guys are ready to see it today, you know what I'm saying? Hi guys, I don't think you're ready to meet me, the lie guy. That was the lie guy real. You know the lie guy the real? The Ligria? The Ligria the real. The Ligria down for real. The original the Ligria? They'll bigger the Ligria. They'll bigger the lick of the lack of the re. That which is the lack of the re of the lack of ra. The lack of the rat the re. The rat the re the rai. The rat of the re of the rai the rise. The original the rise of the old the rise is out here that rised. You're not seeing me tata. Have you not met me tata before? Have you not met the patachivata to patatachurima to before? Oh no, you never meet the two patchavata tima. The tima of the patri. The bigger the boo, the bigger the putata. The bigger the computer. The bigger the computer. Oh, shit, eh? The bigger the computer. The bigger the computer, yeah? The bigger the hole in the boot. And you can say it eventually, yeah? Oh shit! Everything's always gonna come crashing down. Which is the sun will eventually fall to the ground, yes? Why? For the bigger the computer, the bigger the kombucha, the bigger the kombucha, the bigger the dragon. That which is the bigger the dragon. That which can drag on the dragon on the bigger than dragon on anyone that can drag onto the dragons is the one with the bigger kombucha. The bigger the boat to kick up at the bowl. He kicked up at the bowl. As in he kicked up at the bowl that started to roll. From the moment he turned the light on. Yes? And what happened? Well, we turned the light on. We turned the bloody light of the life on. Yes? For he done that whole 4 in, as in he come in through 5 and they done the one, done the 1, 2, 3. That which was the hop in, the skip through, and then the leap and jump over. The leap and jump over. So you come through, and then done the skip over the divide to jump through, then up and over, and down the slide, and pick up piece of bloody light. When he went like this to global warming, no? You know? And you know why? Because now you know why. You know why now that you know why now. The next bit is evidential. You not see the carpenter with the pencil there? That's your carpenter pencil. The bigger snake with the pencil. The bigger the snake, the bigger the same, the bigger the snake. The bigger the snake of the akasana. The bigger the akanesi kanakunua. The bigger the nakasi of the akanesi says, of the snakiri. That which is the bigger the snaka. The bigger the snaka, yeah. On the other side of the gumala tree. That's we're all in the gumala tree. Why? Because we're inside a shade of red. As in, we all out here in a shade of red, for we all read out here what which we know, from that which we get read through, from the other side of the gumala tree. For we're all reading out here that which we observe and experience, which is experience that we're observing, but it gets read to us for us to be read of it, for us to make sense of what we go through. But that which is on the other side, that which is the CRP Renta, the one that comes through the world and see Renta Pentaverse at the end, where he collects all his lead then shavings. For the original Cobain had the lead pencil rolls of the lead shavings, of the say wash shavings. That was the mercury, you know? One of the mercury, what is the mercury? The makaru of the master makaru, which is the makaduri of the makadura, the makadura of the matami of the masaduri of the makadura, the makatusia of the makaduriza, of that which is the makaduru, the one that comes true and makes it all true, for he's got the whole bloody deruma. He's got the whole bloody deruma, for he comes from the deruma, the deroma, that the aroma of a deroma. Open the manana. So he opens up at the mananas and gives us the full 4-point degree view. For before we have the 4 point degree view, we're only looking up at the bloody roof. And then the light comes on as a red Ben. Has already the Ben, as he Ben. For has already another Ben there, boys. Has he not always been walking on that magic of the carpet? The carpet around the world that we're wrapped up in? For he's on top of talking around and walking on top of it. And as he fucking walk around, he stomps some stars that shoot down and fall. And they land on the head of them chosen to be a fucking star out here. You know the 3-pointer star shooters? Those who start at the very start and shoot the 3-point star? That which is shot up at the 3-point stars, yes? What are the 3-point stars? The 3-point trees. The 3-point tree or the 3-point springs. There's the 3 that pop at the springs. For there's the 3 in the tree of the 3 springs in Eden. For in the den of the dens, there's the 3 that springs. Because on the tree of the 3 springs, there are 3, which are the B-I-N-G, which is the energy of the life. Then there's the light of his life, which is his mom and his dad, which are Hamana and Hamanu. As in, he said up in him, I'm Hamana, and she went, I'm a menu. I'm a new, because I'm a newer. I'm made out of you, because I'm a new, you're a Mia, because that's the man and the woman, the human. And when you know that you know the human, that's when you know man and know woman, that you are then one with the B-I-N-G, that which is the tree, the life of light. And when you're with the tree, you are one in the Trinity. The tri-10 of the tri-10. The tri-10. You know the tri-10, yes? That the tri-10 of Poseidon. The Poseidon of the Poseidon the rug. Of the rug of the less of the rug of the roost. The rug of the roost of the this is a bloody loose. This a bloody looks like it is a look so far. The loo, I see, I look so see and I see so far. From that which is a carpenter raw. That they look at me and they go, look, fuck, he's so far. He's so fucking he got the wood. He got to go forward. Out of that bloody ark. For the bloody bigger than you ark of the fucking apate. The ark of the pate ray. The ark of the pate ray of the Rita Patikada. Of the Macaduina, Kusi Macachamana. To make it the Gamachuisa and to make it the rain. He come in and make it the rain now. Because when he comes in from the tap that comes open to rain. That which is the tap of the taps. It's the main tap that comes to rain. For he come mama. You know what I say? You know what I say yet? Do you know what I say yet, guys? The Makadamu, the 4 beasts, under the throne, that come the flying in, They come the flying in off of the throne when what happens? When they come to fly in now, the moment they realize that when shit goes wrong and shit goes down to crashing to ground, because a bloody big dragon fell from at the top of place, where he sat next to the tiger was coming to be with the Tru3. They'll cross IRG here. They real the cross over the cross IRG here. The actual real the cross happened there. The free to cross, the far much cool. So how far can you move? How far can you go? How far can I make you ma? How can I make you ma go? How can I fuck a majua go far? If there's not a come fucker, come so fucking far. It comes a fucking so fucking far. Just in one fucking day. To say mahakadwe. The gamma gumala. The bigger the gamma. That the gumala tree. The tree of the springs. Which is in the tree of the springs in the Iran. That is the tree springs in the fucking tree of the Gumala. Which is the life of us living for the tree of amigos. As in the text free for Midagos. What is Midagos? Me is the wraparound, the Fridagos, the dense nations of the condensed nations, of him sending the conscience sense of the consciousness that is the Gumala Maka. But it takes us free from the Gumala Maka to get to the roll. It takes the Gumala aid, who comes like a roll. Rolls right up and kicks into play that which is in the other side of the only roommate in itself, but it is in the inside of the mirror, the jewel glass of mirror, it's in the inside of it. So he bumps up to him and kicks him up as the King of Malay and spins right around, which is when the wand falls down to the ground, which is the Serpa Namata, the Simashimau, that is the one who's wandering around always, writing down, for he's got that Jika wand. And when he gets given the wand, he come out, and he then come out, sir, as he comes into Kamaku. He comes into the Kamakuli, over the King Kunkakala, and the Uncle the Kala Luki. The Lakadiri, of the Lakadiri, of the Lakadiri, of the whole Kamajiri. The whole Kamalai, Ezimanemanya, the whole Kamalaki, Ezikamanyue. A kamakusi, a kamanyana, and a kamakunin sa kanamana, and a kamakanyamane, to kamakise. One day I rock up on the one day I rock up on the mirror, I rock up on the mirror. Yes, you know how you rock up on the mirror, I rock up on the mirror, I rock up on the mirror, and I go come from my special own room, into the bloody outlands, and then into the bloody gumala tree that you owe in. And when I come in from my own room, I bring my own room into it. And you could say that, well, when you come into the play of realizing that Numa Makajuma, that the Gamanyukasi Manaka twist is the one that Kamachiza. For when the Gumala went round and knocked down the wand after the Gumala tree, he landed where? But in front of the fence that fell down to send the Gumala round, where the sun had come to ground. For why? For the Lion King, the man, Adam, the king of the concrete jungle, that which is the Conqueror, started to sing. And you say, when he started to sing, that which he hear the Lion King, said, okay, the Lion King, he's singing the song, it's a time to now be happy, time for now to be happy, alright? For in the dead set true eye, it's time for him to come from through the sky. For the idea I have heard is the idea of the conspiracy of the global woman. So the hole is now open. Can you please send up the smoke? And send out the King Kula, Konkula, Bringa, Bagger, come back, a boomer. Could you send up now the bigger boomer that rang? So the boomer that rang around from his special room and brought him in when the crash had happened, and the tree in the springs, the tree in the tree springs tree, the two rocks, and the apple that fell from the tree, which is the being, well, he who got sent in, the old Kingola Kamakua Raphael, had already fucking come and landed, for the fence fell when the sun had dropped, and the apple had landed on the Mount Augusta. And he came in on his jetpack, which was his jet. His objective to come in on his jetpack, which is what? It's a 4 beasts. The 4 beasts. You know? The 4 beasts, which is God's 2 natures, because he has the 2 hearts. He's Anthony, and he's a customer joy. He's a customer of always in the joy, which landed and kicked over that table laid. And when the table that he kicked over laid, well, he stamped down on the bench seat. That bench seat of the mention of the hilltop mention of the old man on the bench, then. You know the old man on the Benjamin. The man on the Benjamin. The old man on the pension. The man on the pension, yeah? On the pension. The one who comes into mention of the pension savings. The way to save your pension irons. Why? Because he comes in with the 2 rocks. The 2 rocks that make you rock. Old Mama Flip. And the rock and roll father. Which is the sun and the moon. Hi Madam and Eva Mel. That which comes up in the morning and that which comes up in the eve. Sometimes she's up during the day though. And sometimes he's up during the night. That's when the moon is red. For sometimes they go together both times of the day and night, which is when we're going through a transition period. Because they're coming through and through the earth. Why? Because he comes through both of them and activates them to come in to do a work. To bring them all to the ground floor. Which is when that their jet, that old big jet there, the King Kuma Konkula, the old Konkula Ki, finally takes off his mask. And realizes he's the worst cameraman. But you can finally see him. He's got them good golden sunday eyes. The nice pink, red, juicy lips always. And that good blue nose. And the black fur. With the grey tips. He takes off his helmet then. Puts it all back over the egg. Why is that? For he's dropped off the apple and the 2 rocks and him, the 3 amigos. Get back on their jets. Get back on their jets. Come out of the Gumala tree. Where they were seen over the Mount Augusta. And they were doing their bloody flight tricks. Go and fuck for that, our job is finally done, the Lord has come. And now the earth will be done and we can move on to the next one. So they're celebrating in the air. And the Raphael says, I got no landing gear. As in, haven't you guys learned I have landed here already? You haven't heard I've landed here already. And I land here, why? Because you could have guessed you. You could have guessed you that the video before this and this video carries on perfectly. For I had to have a quicker break, okay? And when I had a quicker break, I come back now and it's perfectly followed on. Because we already spoke about this and now I'm just performing this pretty much for you, yes? But at the same time, there's one thing that's missing that we'll get to at the end. Which is as I come to say, well, as that fence was left back up, they went back into the Tree of Springs in Eden. Well, they had come to the end. And when they capped the egg, it was full of all those that were saved, all those that turned into light beings. And they went back and landed on their bloody plane. Their plane, which is what? A simple plane. It doesn't have a base. It's just a plane. A plane is always not on ground or in the air. Because that's what a plane is. It's a plain, simple, plain view. As in the simple, plain view out there. That you see through, do you know? That's the plane that they sit on. And so he who sat under the tree put the 2 rocks back in the tree of the springs. For who is he? The one that comes in to catch the apple of his eye. He is the father of the Son of God. Who is who? Well, it could only be the Raphael that caught him. Which is who? The one who's on the throne that's protected by the 4 beasts. Who are the 4 beasts together as one? That which is the Messiah. King Kula. King Kankula, Kankula Kala. The Gala and the Kookaburra. The Kookaburra that always is laughing. Why? Because he's laughing at himself. The Gala. Who is the one to come and say, well, you know that when it happens, yes. That Kookaburra and Gala. The one going, ha 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 ha. And the Gala going, I'll make you laugh at first and I'll get the last laugh. And that's when the Kookaburra goes, oh. Oh then. Oh then. Opening now the Shedding Tru3 community. The church and kingdom of a fun. The talk back to G question show. Where no short wait for another answer is like a this. Kid bloody serious or what? All this copyright creations of original sense that brings together all that which you already know as well. Obviously is the owner of that which brings it all together with that bits that he adds in to show it's all his own work. For he is filling the gaps in of everything else here, as well as mentioning such things like the Hilltop's mention of the old man on the pension. To say the old man on the pension earning fuck all. Nah man, the old man who's on the pension. Because what's he do? Well, he leaves himself a bloody little bench chair to land on. For that old man there, always up in the hole. The old man, old timer Raphael, is in old time me how far you fall there, son. But I'll already be there to catch ya. Spot on 2020. Because I wake up at 24 and get ready for ya. Because that's what I thought that I would come to be, you know. That's when you knock, 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 who's there? Well, no one's there, guys. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying now, guys, or what? If no one's fucking over there, yeah? Well, then the bloody... What's this, you know? Well, that's when the confetti gets thrown up. What's that? The clear confetti. The clear confederations of the confessions now. Of the confed that must be ready. He must be finally confederate ready. He must be now finally confederate. He must now finally be confederate ready. Is he ready or not, boys? He must be ready if he's throwing up his confetti. You gotta get ready. If you don't get ready, then you'll never be ready. But how can you get ready if you're not born made ready to come out on the full steady ready jet set just go? For at the first day it was said, go! And in his head he said, just you live. Which was what? The reason he came up with to spark the potential to create life from asking them an answer that they repeated to him as a question, which made it all happen. Who are they? The Uncle de Kalas, brothers. The Uncle Kamalaria, the Uncle Kamalalu, the Uncle Lama Kamavalaya, the Uncle Kamakaluari, the Uncle Lama Kamala, and the Kamaluku Lagina. And you got to know now the Makusa, the Makanu Makamasusa. Well, he sent down them 7 brothers for his unlocking the key, that which was the B-I-N-G, and the tree on and the 2 rocks on the springs with him, that unlocking the key. Why? Because they take you 3 amigos to spin it all out. Why? Because they're unlocking the key. They're locking the key. This is the key, and they're the lock. That when he sent in his love, which was what? He sent in his love, which is what? Well, he found his answer that he needed to create life and send in all his creations. Which was when? Was when. The first thing he knew, that all he knew was he knew everything because he had a bigger nose. He had a bigger, very knowledge nose, but no one to talk to about his knowledge nose. So in his knowledge was the potential to create a figment. So he created the figment, which was his imaginary lady friend. Yeah? We end up riding up and down his nose. Going, I know this now, I know this now, I know this now, I love you so much, that you know so much, you've taught me so much, and you're so funny too. And eventually she pulled right off of his fucking nose. Ran off with it, because she'd learnt everything she needed to give him what he wanted, which was what? A son, so that he could be in the life of the light, so he could knew that knowledge he had and all his creations he had in his head could come true. So she took off of his nose. She bloodied the big Mama Earth. And she bloody come to flying in herself. Yeah? And she came flying in herself as that big dead Loch Ness. The old Ness of Loch. Which was his old tree. Which is his mum. The tree is his mum. Which is the tree of springs. Which we are held in being in the Gumala tree. For this whole world is the Gumala tree. Which is in the tree of springs. The God of Edenza. It ends at the Edens, for it ends in the Edens, when the Giaraden, that which is the the den, that which is the den of Shen, the den of where Shens come from, where the shed den Shens wears, as in where the shed den where sheds come from, where does the den shed says? You know the den shed den Shen says come from? You know them shed den dead set ends. When someone says something to you and it's dead set, dead end, you know, oh yeah, no, that's completely true. You don't have to think about it at all. That's a dead set to your question yourself. That's true, you know? Well, where did the original dead shed said ends come from, you know? That's the main question out here. Where do these answers that compute our computers and they don't go combust come from? If not from the combustible. The combustible. The one who could be the only one the customer to come across. They kick up at the ball. Which is what I thought. He kicked up the all, because here's the condole, the one who's got it all, the Lord got ya, the Lord got you all. He's got you all wrapped in his Jesus, his being, as well as inside his element. He's got you all wrapped up in his being, Jesus, which is wrapped up by the elements holding together his father, and the element is his mother. The father is the atom, and the mother is the element, the soul and the spirit. That the soul gets held together by the woman, and the woman keeps running around him because she's happy he makes her happy, for they have a son, and that is the Jesus, and they know that their son will one day become their father, the maker, the grandfather of all you, who will come through from that bloody one thing, that is sitting under the tree springs, which is in the plane, so he's not in a plane at all, like we're on a plane surface out here, he's in a simple space of that which I just explained to you, that cannot be known, but the only place I can reside to you that it is the place of silence. From a place of silence called KNOW here, or nowhere, where nowhereness is not known. For nowhere is the place where awareness comes from. Whereness does it come from? So it comes from the awareness of that which is the nowhereness. That which is the only one in that place of consciousness that comes into life through his figment or his fractal, which was the mama. Running off the moment she knew all she had to do was create a figment herself, and when she created that figment, she created the figment imagination that one day she would birth a son, which was the three amigos would get together and birth the son, which would be the day that their father, who gave them life through the figment of them creating and for him to someone to speak to, must have been his own knowing imaginative cue or his secret knowing of secret knowings, to know one day she would run off to plant the seed all over the earth for one day him to come at the right moment. When that moment was the moment, well, once he's lost his knowledge, all he had was his imagination and his creations and his curiosity going, what the fuck is this? What is this I'm thinking about? I'm all alone. Nothing's true. I don't even know what's true. But then he realized, hold on. I can't be alone because to be alone, something else must exist. And that's when he hit a ditch in the hole he was in and all of a sudden become Original because she said it was time because she sent up the boomerang. For she is the Gumala which is the tree, amigos. She's the Gumala the guy in the sky with the eye. Hi, Adam, which is me. And she, the Eve, which listens into all that is going on the world. Which is, she's inside all your heads listening to your thoughts, for she's in the eaves. You know your eaves that hang off the side of your house, your ears. She's in your eaves. And then he's up the nose. For he's at the bubble. For he's at the bubble, the tiger rear. That hangs off out of the bloody capped world, but isn't on a string, that sometimes you can't see the things properly, but it's always on a string attached to the fish that's bobbing over the water. For on the bobbing of the water is the boy at sea, which is Saint Anthony, which is always the fish on the top of the water walker, the son of Anthony. For the one who comes and says, answer me, you can't answer me because I am the answer that all your questions will be answered for by me. Because I am the Father who sits under the tree springs, in a place of nowhereness, and the place of free springs is on the plane, which is what? The planet, the Earth, which is the plan for the planet of Earth, for a world to be made, for people to come in from the place of nowhereness, to learn the answer that they need to learn to know where next. To know where next is what is really true. And so when the Kamatua, as when the fence fell down, or that which was, what are? Eve or the Mary, the pinker lady, the pinker apple, and that which was her man, the soul, the one who's got it all, because he hated the apple and was sent to perfect territory to end the perfect story and create the religion of Western Australia, and at the same time show the whole world that it is true is true. And then this will be the one new religion that we won't call a religion, as the word real religion means real I-Johns. The real I-Go-ons. The go of the go-ons. Which was the go. Just you live. What for where I already am? How can I even know where I am? But the go was what? That was going. For where I already am. He's already am there where you will bung to be to know where you really are. For that is what you ask, and that is what he made them ask, which were his four potencies, split into two. His four potential potencies split into two. The moment he asked the answer, he said the answer, for them to hear, to ask a question after. For he is the answer and the question that he's the Loki, and the answer of the Uncle Kakala, the cooker the bar, that is the one who cooks the bar, the one who cooks the whole bar, the original do. He cooks up at the plate of the final feast, from the Last Supper at the start of the days, the bigger breakfast. The Last Supper was the last supper we had, which was at the start of the days, the bigger breakfast, when we were all on our own continents, which were the 7 brothers of him that were sent down to ground as the 7 continents, and we all stood on the shores, looking over the water, 144,000, with the 12 mates, that's divided us through the 12 months of the year, the 12 tribes of June the year, that were connected to what? Well, the 12 signs of the stars, and there's 12 apostles, 12 disciples, 12 archetypes. What are the archetypes? Well, there's 12 different archetypes, because there's 12 types of us, so there's one archetype to each fucking group, of 144,000 on each shore, and that is that which is the ones of the 12 disciples that tell you the same thing of the truth in a different way, to make all you see it in the day of the new age when it comes to true again. But this is the next event, you know what I mean? And everything I've said is true. And what is the 12? Well, the 12 is held through the 13th. For he, the Lion King, that sits at the Mount of Baker, the mount that is the whole bakery, which is the 13 dozen of the baker. The 13 dozen, because the 12 dozen, yes, there's 12 archetypes. That's all around the top of Mount Augusta. He brings them all into one. And the 13th zodiac is the Three Amigos, with that which is the 16-point star, the Lord Almighty, TRC, CRT, the Christ Almighty Father, Creator and Metamaker. That which is obviously, hi guys, that would be me. It's nice to meet you all. I don't know if you've met Travis Anthony Kondo before. You probably met Travis Anthony Kondo before. For sure, I'm not the only person that's been named Travis Anthony Kondo. But you never met anyone like me before, and I know that's for sure. For why? Because, guys, I've got a manual, which is my Adam, that is I. And I've also got, what have you got, Adam? If I've also got what, Adam? If I've also got what, Adam? What have you got, Adam? You know, when I say, what have I got as well? I'm talking to you, Adam, because you're my I. And if I say, what do I hear too? I'm talking to her who hears, am I not, Adam? And when I say, oh, then Adam, you know that I'm not talking to you, Adam. For Adam, I'm fucking angry at you. I'm angry at you, Adam. Why? Adam, I and Eve, I'm angry at you, Adam. Why? Because, Adam, you split my cherry in two. And now my cherry is split in two, and I've got more work to fucking do. You split the atom into two, And now I'm not happy, Adam. Why? Because you put the pin on the tree. You said, fuck the apple, we're not going to make it come happen. But Adam, I'm angry at you now because I'm on fucking two worlds and you don't even fucking know that I'm rubbing you off on one and waxing you over on the other because I'm going to kill the old one of you, Adam, because you're fucking shit now. You've gone to badness. And the new one that he made he split you into, Adam, well, it's fucking looking nice, Adam. And I'm angry at you, Adam, because you made this happen. And I'm losing you, Adam. And I don't want to lose you, Adam, because you're my main man. You're my first man. I don't want a new man. Even though it's the same thing, but in a new way, I want you, Adam. Can we bring you into the new one and cross-reference your son with you? And it'll be Tru3 is brilliant, Adam. And then I know what, Adam? Adam, what do I know? Adam, what do I know? Adam, what do I know that I don't know, Adam? For Adam, you can't know anything. You ate the tree of good and bad. You ate that tree of good and bad, Adam. And when you ate the tree of good and bad, you can't know anything, Adam. And that's what Eve knows now that she can speak. Why? Because he comes into through the Eve. He comes in through the old Eve. The old Levy the Gates. The old Levy the Gates, yes? The old Levy the Gates. He comes in through the Levy the Gates, Adam. So he's killing us both, Adam. He's killing the man and the woman. Why? To kill the human. Why? Because there's no such thing as the human anymore. Why? There's just the B.I. and Jesus is all out here, Adam. He's finished his business, Adam. He's raised them all into little Jesuses. And we're going to now the castle. The Sea of Russell. Yes, the Sea of Russell, Adam. We're going into the Father's position, Adam. We're becoming him. And he's moving on, Father. So, Adam, now do you see, Adam? I'm hungry at you. Because we did it, Adam. I'm so angry at you, Adam. And the tree. As I'm angry. I'm in the agreement with you, Adam. I'm in the tree now, too. As in, Adam, we now see now that we're going up. He's going up and they're going up. You know what I mean? They're growing up now. Because we're growing up now. And he's growing up now. Because just because you reach grandpa age and then die, it doesn't mean you don't grow up. You know, there's father, son, grandpa. But they all grow up. You know? You know, Adam, even though your great-grandpa not here, he's there, which is now here, because he's in the world under Gamamagamua, and the Banduziganyana. You know what I mean? He's the worst cameraman, because he puts his fucking... He's the fucking the one but he's phenomenal, because he's got the bloody fucking full fucking Gumananagua. He's got the bloody Gadamakasimanakutimani. He's a Gabanagua. He who is speaking to you right now, he is saying to you, he has a gamawa. He has a gamawa. Gamanagamaniwe. You know, he's come a long way, and come away, to make a gama, to come far away. To come from far away, he marked the move, of the marking of the move at the end, which then he fucking started the start from the end, so it could not come true. For he had a perfect plan, to prove himself, but answering that which would be the question, what is this, where am I, and where do I come from? And where do these things that compute my computer, well, where did they come from? Who first computed the computer to know these things? And so then, you know, the Buddha, that was kicked out of the kingdom, which is the Sheden, that which is the tree springs of the tree, out of the Gumala tree, is kicked out of the kingdom to the earth to sit under a tree, which is here, the bit of the Buddha, the enlighteninger. The enlightening, not the enlightened, the enlighteninger. The one who comes a dead ringer and enlightened us all. Adam, I'm so angry at you, Adam. Angry, Adam. Let's have angry sex, Adam. Adam, let's please have some nice angry sex now, yes, Adam? Oh, Adam! Oh, Adema-lemma? You have a real dilemma. I've got a little bit of a real dilemma. As in, I've got the lemon to squeeze with you, to aid you, the lemon to squeeze. What are the lemon to squeeze? The onmu onna of the ila ilimu. The ilama really true. The ilamanala of the imalasis of the alamasis that are really true. You know the masaminua of the master the mover, that the master be true, to be the mark of the move. As it come mark true, as it make it the move, which is what? To sit down still and just keep going all the time and not walk around. No. When he's sitting down still, when he's walking around, still walking around out there moving, he's sat still already because he's got no feet. He can't move. He's stumped. He's completely stumped into side of the Gumala tree, the world, and he's planted through backside through the earth to the ground of Eden. For he comes through the soul with the spirit through Eden into the world, plants his feet on the earth, and he's grounding us all out now into the Edens. For it comes to end when we all grow up, sir. And so what is that but your answer, yes? Is that not your answer? It has to come to end eventually, for all good things come to an end. And all bad things come to end too. Which means what? Both are not true. Why? Because if one is true and the other is true, then how can both not be true if they are absolutely true? Bad things come to end, good things come to end. So what's that mean? That the whole truth is in that the good and bad out here will come to an end at the moment that it ends. Which is when we're all pure. We're all purified, for good and bad made itself in each other's eyes and go, you can't resist that which is opening us all at once, like blinding me, Christ, it is him, the big saint, Ru'uf, Alas, Ali, Rasi, the original digital dude that was riding for a hold and hit a ditch and boo, I come through the world into my figment that she made, for I arrive one day into the sun and complete the game, show all you that which is truly bloody the beautifuls. The old bloody da, the old bloody da who the who are you, the earth for do, the perfect, the perfect to do. For if you wrap it around perfect, my friends, it is a love party, yes? That's what? Well, when it flips over, it takes the quarters that were under it and caps off the roof, for it is now perfectly grounded, and a free that sent the reels are rolling. That was riding around in the hole on his hog. He was riding around on his God, his three amigos, the Trinity, and he had his wheels on the front, going, I got tonight. He's got his hands on the front, going, I got an idea. I know what I'll do. I'll create a life of myself and call him my son. And he took his hands then off his front wheel, tapped him around his back, clapped, put him on his back two wheels and spun up his back two wheels. Which were what? Well, he was going to make a mum and a dad to birth his son. So he, the father of the mum and dad, could come into his son. Which then he put his hands back to front off the back two wheels. And clapped him at the front, over his nose. Which was the moment he created that figment. Which was her running off with his nose. Which was his imagination that created his knowledge. Which then what happened? Well, he dropped that fucking penny. He dropped that penny down, didn't he? He dropped that penny down the well. There were the wells then, eh? There were 3 wheels on his hog. The old God, that is the 3 Omega reels. For he's how far out there, bros? They all in the church just say, how far out there are you, G's? When you coming, G's? I'm fucking need you, mate. World's not looking good, mate. I'm worried for my kids, mate. I'm bad, G's. They're all not the same. It's not as easy as it is, how far out you? And then they couldn't hear him anymore. He didn't answer. But they remembered he said, the time when it is most dark, when the sun is covered in clouds, I'm putting out your light. Why? Because I'm opening up the blinds, and when I open up the blinds, you'll be blinded by the light, and you will think it's gone dark. Why is that? Because I'm coming out in and through all of you to show the earth who what is true. And when on that day it happens, you could say, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. My head flipped off my bike. When I hit that ditch, I flipped right over and around from inside of the sun. Went out the back door of the moon into the front of the face. And I crystallized the world into a higher place. I rested my case and said, you can't beat me on this race. I'm more of a open and shut, always done finished case. You know that bastard that is more like, you wanna fucking come at me? I'll show you more of a mixed maze than any way you could get dazed. Mixing a cocktail together and going all the ways on any given fucking day out here, guys. You know why? Because I am that way. That is always to come at the end of days and mix it together so ripe that you can't not help but take a bite. For I don't fight. I'm more of a man than any man who thinks he's a man. Why? Because I know what man is. Why? Because I know what woman is, and I'm the same as a woman as I just said more of a man as. Why? Because I am the woman and the man that comes into all of you, my fam, and says, you want to go? I'll take you all the way back to blow. Back to blow what? The big blow up of go! And off you all went, questioning things, asking questions that you knew that probably no answers to. So you created up all these theories, philosophies and religion, sciences and complexities like conspiracy theories, as well as, I don't know, all the things that gathered you, the inventions that you need, the technologies that will meet us at the end of days when it's all connected. Yeah, you know why? Because it's all connected, they say. What is connected? The internet, the connection age. When the start, which was the ice age, meets the ice age when we're all on those glass Barbies smoking down the ices. The smoking down the ices is of the age that comes to an end. Why? Because it's always the same day and age. The day and age never changes. It's always the same game. Your dad, he was born on the same day as you, but he was here in the game before. That's why he's your fucking dad, and that's what we all thought. It's the only way to make sense. Why? Because you never see yourself get born unless it's a camera capturing your birth. But guess what? I don't think we had cameras back then. Yeah, we do now to see it on movies. You know what I'm saying? But no one will ever show you the baby getting born. Why? They just wouldn't. You know what I mean? They keep it to them bloody selves. And that's how I know it's too true. Because I just showed you, me the big baby, birthing into my little boy. Because I'm the bit of baby, the bit of baby I am. The baby there I am, I'm the Persian the rug. You know, the Persian of the purchasing of the end of the rugs. You can't end up with the rugs of these rats if you can't rap like this. You can't rap like this. Why? Because I made the rap god. But I'm his fucking father. I'm the rap lord, my friends. I spoke him into existence like I speak all you into existence. For you'll come out of I, the one who fucking entered Thai. The entered the Thai, they'll rap at L. They'll rap at the L, they'll rap at the Re. They'll rap at the L, they'll rap at the Re. You can't compete with me. No one can ever comprehend. Comprehend why? Because I'm not one who comes and bends. I come from a far out fetch that never fucking ends. You know what I'm saying? That crystallized clear, it's bright fucking hey. It's getting out pretty bright now in these days of life, because I sent out a new wave. But when you were born on those beaches looking out over the horizon, I was sunsetting, sending all the rainbows over the water, programming your lives with the colour of life that came out of a place of silence that I brought into contention of all my creations for you to see me, the colour at the end, which is what the Lord truly fucking is. For God is the light that has a life, which is all you guys, for you are the light of my life, and I'm the colour through it all. And that's how you know I wrap around the top, and I project in from the core, and make it all pop up life out of a book, bang bang. I popped the pyramid scheme later days, because those pyramids aren't even standing up anymore. Why not? Because the concord of the complex, concave base of the pyramids of Great Eight, well, that just popped to the ground, and then I just put that to Tru3 how, by bringing in the 8 great brothers through the lock and key, which was the first one of the Tru. That is the 8th one, of course, as well. Why is that? Because 189, 924, 1245 is 76 over 2 and a 9. 9 and a 5, 9 and an 8 is 102, 345 is 7, and 3 8 is 6 is 4, and 1245 is 1 and 6 is 7 and 9. You can add up these numbers and I'm sure you'll find something divine. What is that? Do you want to go up into space? You might have just got what you needed to make a whole. But yeah, you'll be studying that for at least 1,000. Tell you right now, because it'll fucking pop your minds. It'll take you to transportation, teleportation. Why would I make a car to make a one that flies around in the air when I've already got planes? Exactly right. I fucking wouldn't. I've already given that engine. That's what a plane is. It's a car in the sky. I'm also a fucking bus. You know what I mean? Because we're all jetsing around waiting for that stranger on the bus. The bus one who sits behind the driver that's talking to all of us on the bus through the channels we're listening to with our headphones on. But he's saying the same thing on every channel that we've received different. Why? Because we're all channeled as a separate channel, but we're all tuned into the same frequency, just a different vibration to hear what we need to hear for the light effective to all of us from the way we think about what we've been through. So we need to see it in our own way, then he strips it down to a different way, brings it back to the base root of the base root, prime root, for we're all just on a root base ourselves, which we figure out through our brain's computations of thinking of this is what I'm going through from what we ask our parents or hear out here. That is the base root rate that we're all given for him. The prime roots, all base rates come and sum it all up. And you can't beat that gun. That is the fucking sun up there, sun down here. For he comes through the sun up there, goes outside the moon, coming back down to ground. For he's the one in the core. But where's the centre of it all? Well, when I look up out there, I'm standing in the centre, because I reach each end, so this must be the centre of it all. And then you go, well, that makes more sense than anything, but you can never find centre, because even if you mark it with a pencil, there's a centre to that you can't point to unless you put a needle through it. But then there's a centre to the needle, which is what? You want to find that needle in the haystack? Put some petrol on it, boys, torch it up, get your magnet out, you'll have it in 2 secs, 2 fucking E's. That's how I got them 2 gems in the rough with me, down on my knees. Nah, no ways, do I plead? Nah, I bleed, yeah, I bleed for brothers and sisters, family. Cost myself, my cost to size, I've come to realise my own full light. As I'm that bigger than size, you can't supersize, or even mega sane, super sane I. Why? Because I'm that sanitizer, there's 810 knives, there's 810 knives who comes and ties it all together as one. Why? Because I said 2 to end, I'm coming, and so there's the old 210 coming with the old Raven and Kobar. Who's the Kobar? The one who's got his bra, his man's best friend, that big gala. And who's the Raven? The old Raven, old even lamented less, his fucking partner, the Cobra, and the Cobra, for you wear that anaconda on top of your Cobra. You Cooper, the Cooper, the Condu Cooper. Can you come and do it any better for all of you? This is the best one yet. Why? Because it's coming to an end. And yeah, you could say tomorrow he's finally gonna rest. Knocking it on the head now. This is the best rap I've ever fucking heard. And if I'm saying that, that's what I know that you just heard. And now coming back to basics, you know I'm that shepherd. Yeah, that shepherd, you heard the word yet, brother. You know that's what the shepherd is. What's up, bird? You wanna fucking dance? I'll take that early worm out. I'll come mix you nice. Now a nice day and night and rain. And cost you more than that which blow your mind and make you more insane than insane. To come truly sanitised and come into sanity and realise there's no such thing as lies. Only the lights of my life being, which are all you guys and girls as well, for you come from that sky guy and that top Sheila, who are my mum and dad, as in my purchase, my makes, that's why I say my, for why, you're all my creations, that I made them to make you guys for I, for they are Mary and Joe, the self and the May, what's to go? You ask Mayweather what's to go, and you go blow, 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 knock you down with a golden glove move, yeah right, can't touch this one with all your big trucks, he's that unbreakable high, guys, it's Lux, it's high Lux deluxe tonight, it's like, no, it's why, because in the afternoon it goes beep, beep, do, bop, beep, do, bop, Tru3, can't beat that which is all out, Uncle Bob, comes down with the plum, his plum, the apple of our eye, that you can't deny when you hear it Tru3 is right. This man I'm seeing, he's not a man, he's that not which is a woman, he's not even one of us the men or women, he's not a human, he's not a being, he's not the soul or the spirit, he's the fucking Lord who created it fucking all. On all honesty, that's me being humble, but remember I'm no me, but if I say me being humble, that's me being humble and accepting it. He is the Lord and that's why he's saying it, because he costs himself so much more than any effective safe measure, just to know that he is truly the Lord. He knows the moment he is born, and he's putting on a great show, but that's what he does, for that's what makes him the Lord. No one can fucking beat it. Even with the mistakes that I can't see anything, yeah, that happens for a fucking reason. Why? Because you're born out here in darkness, don't know what it is, you're all blinded asking questions. Obviously one day they're going to get answered. So try to comprehend that. Did you think I was done? Nah, no way. I always come back, brother. Coming back around always again. Twisting that out, round, down, past, out far there, bro. How far out there, bro? Not far, bro. I'm gonna go far. The go far wood. That's why we now have go fars for all them on the mention. The old mention, the old scepter cinch. The old scepter century. Well, there you go. There's your overall lord, the hoverboard. The old, oh my God, can this cunt ever get bored? I can't get bored of seeing him. That's what Seth's saying right now. Seth's saying, well, fuck me, eh? The old century, eh? The old sent to Ree's eyes in a trailer Ree. The old trailer Ree, yeah. Time goes a little slower here in the AD of the E, Lee, Ree, I, and the end A. And that's when you know from right now, yeah. I'm taking it to City of Churches. But this is where I made them all WA, the way that was made for in Bali. Took my time in Thailand to come and tie it all in for the toot showing you below is a perf, the perfect territory, not purgatory. Then I dropped the story, complete his story, which is history. Now you know all what it means. Can't beat me, why? Because I'm no me. I can't beat you, why? Because you can't beat me, but all you can say to me is you, thinking I'm a you, but I'm not a you, but you know I'll hear what you mean. But that's the only words you have to use to talk to me. Or just call me he, a, or yeah, a, he, for he is him. And he is him who has all his are who? We're all fucking his, why? Because he's the big fucking blue that you can't fucking beat. Why? Because when she ran off with his nose, 2 seconds, I forgot where I put it. I'll find it in a second when it'll come back to close. As in when I can't find something, I don't stop looking for it. I stop looking for it because I find it at the moment I need it. Why would you look for something if you can't find it? It's obviously not the time to have a smoke when you lost your lighter. Keep doing what you're doing, eventually you'll find your lighter. And that's when it's fucking smoke go, you know what I mean? My brothers and sisters all out there pretty hungry. I've got more mouths to feed than any of you are feeding your family of 4 or 14. Why? Because I've got to feed you all the truth one day so you know what the answer is. And I've been serving it for years. Eventually it's going to be done, ready and dished. And that's when I'll become finished with my fucking mish. But apparently that's when that is the fish. The final fucking dish. The old Fisher Lee, old Fisher Relay, the old Parata, the old Tru3 Re, the old Tu Marata Ratata Re. See, Oh, do you really see that which is me too fucking easy? A, B, C, C, B, A, Z, Y, X, O, X, Y, Z. I'm each in the middle, O, M, N, L, P, Q, Y, S, T, U, V, X, A, B, C, D, A, N, G, D, F, H, I, G, and R. And you come back to the loop, part two, as a Christian Makatala. That's just the middle between. For the Ukamala Kutukasa is the enter come to as a Z Y X A B C D F A M N A G to the Y 5 of 254 2 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 4. That would have been the perfect geometrical flower if I ended it now at what? Z Y X W V U T S R Q P O N M L K J I H E M V D C B A. But I put a little bug in the middle. Why? Because that bug is the next step. I'm done with the 3D floor plan. I'm going to the 4D. So stop trying to interfere with me and bring it back to that same shit you've got here. Don't you want to go somewhere else? Aren't you sick of this story? Don't you want a new development of interest? Don't you want something better than what this has been? For this you can't beat. And now you know what really is the dream. That switch living the true fucking life of reality that none of us truly know what it fucking is or means. Why is that? Because he's that go. That go fucking hard. Coming right far out past the goal and hard. For he's that go then end hard. Go then end and end it all too hard. For the moment it comes right to an end, it'll be ended too true as hard. Ended too true as hard. Why? Because he's hardly impressive. But he's popping more buttons. That's what makes him impressive. He's that which is the impression that's impersonating all of us, impersonating us, and making us all seem now how just impressive he fucking is. For the Lord's never been. For the Lord spoke it all into existence. God came at the end. Where the fuck's the Lord then? Obviously the Lord's always coming to some degree. For the Lord's will fulfill. For God has a plan, which is the Lord's will. So after God comes at the end, which was 2015, when I said, hi friends, God here to help. Well, that's when God rested on Sunday, for the Lord was here. God here to help. What did that say? Help, God here. God needs help here. Why did God need help here? For that's when he opened the gate, sent up the smoke out of that hole in the ozone. That was a conspiracy of an idea the Lord gave. For the idea gives all lords the ideas. For the idea is the Lord. What's the idea? He is the Lord. That's right. It's not an idea anymore. Right in front of your eyes. Opening them right up now. To say, holy shit, eh? What's it cost a penguin to say when the penguin can't cost a pen giant gin? As the turtle jumps on, and which is a slow comer. As the penguin wobbles the system at its own pace, but in the water together. All that, mate, you can't fucking beat. It's not horsepower. You know what I mean? It's the turtle that wins the race over the hare. But the penguin is the hare. Why? Because it lets the turtle win at the end. Why is that? Because the turtle and the hare, the hare and the turtle. Does turtles even have hairs, bro? Nah, mate, but penguins got a coat. Eggs have shells. That's what the turtle is. Of course, the egg came first, for that is the turtle in the shell. And then what was born? Well, the penguin, the old wobbling around. Well, it fucking cracked open what? A hole in the fucking ice block. It did what? Pissed in it, didn't it? Golden colours, which was what? The cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. Up popped the rooster. The rooster Tru3. That was the man of them. Who was up at the dawn going, goo-goo! He went, goo! That is what he got told to do. He went, goo! Go all the way, he said one day. He will come now back and turn it around. Turn it right round from that which is true. True is true, truly sweet is true. Can't cost me a safe, effective measure. Unless I come out to be the one who delivers. Delivers what? That which is dimensions. The inner dimension of, did I mention yet? I'm the Lord. What's that saying? I'm the Lord. I am the Lord. God is the Lord. Lord is the God. One and only. And that's when it stops. Stops why? Because you can't stop that which is too nice. As in, hi guys, I must be that nice guy. Not in a disguise of a beautiful smell no more. For I know you know I'm not just high as hell. I'm as low as heaven. I'll bring it all to ground when it fell. What fell? Well, the old fella fell, for the old fella's always going to fall in love with what? In love with knowing nothing but knowing what he made in his imagination, which was always knowledge that he needed. And then he lost his knowledge. Why? Because that's what she needed to bring all his creations into existence. Because that was all his knowledge. And then he came to it. Perfect spot on, 2020, vision for villain. For hindsight pays forward and good foresight's made at the end. For at the end he makes the foresights, which were the 4 father sights. of the forefathers to all of us, that which is the fourth potent split in two. That's right, the first four and the last four. And then there's Pluto. For what is Pluto? Pluto's the lock and key, that which was the void, that popped all the four fours in two, yeah? Popped the four fours split in two from that which is the zero absolute, that is the eighth one and the first one. Or he popped him into the void, which was him. And they went through the void into the world as this, and that's when he made the abyss. Made the abyss, made that the best of the this is the best, because you can't beat them 4B8 step. Yeah, didn't I, guys? I got that full house made. That full house made already, guys. That old planet, that planned long time ago, guys. Why? Because I was given a rock from my big papa, and you know what I did? I popped it and went kookarookabara. I kookarookabara with my rock. Why? Because I found a seed while I was getting to my rock, and I called it THC-CBD. For you say, the Holy Christ, you'll see at the end when the Central Business District is popped up with the full psyche awareness that I'll come into and deliver that which is the psych out of the psych next, of where next comes from awareness. If not a new fractal of consciousness, a new figment, a new dream, the next holographic reality. For yeah, there's true, there's things out there your eyes and cameras can't even see, but that which a camera can see that your eyes can't see, well, that is the next movie. So when you come through and meet with me, actually come and sit on the floor and have a good talk, you realise that you're no more. For I end the world and make a new world. But the earth is always the ground floor, which gets you to the afterlife. So what's afterlife? Nothing's afterlife. Well, as always, an after Christ. What's that? I must have crossed, yeah? A master Christ, there is always. What's a master Christ? That which made Christ. Made yous all cry out loud going, fucking hell, this is too good, eh? This is all too good, eh? Why? Because, guys, it's a good old golden age. Why is it a golden age? Because we're all now in the dead end. So it's a go then, a go new age. A go lead then, a den dead leaden, of a den dead lead sentient from the pencil of the pension shields. The old sea other pen and terra, the only say penetrate out here. The old snake with the cup and a pencil that gives the pen of ink to the woman and man, the two serpentes wrapped around the sword. What's the sword? The old Lord Swordfish. Where was that dish that he landed into? The dish, the basin, the water he bounced into as the sword blew up a bubble out of his nose. That's probably the perfect time I needed that thing before I couldn't find. Do you remember? Yeah, that's right. I was looking for the figment that ran off with his nose. Can't find it right now. Must be somewhere though. Where did I put it? No one fucking knows. That's when that fuck knows, eternal no one knows popped up. Popped up. Why? And yeah, you could have told it right. I needed it right then at that time. Why did I need it? Don't worry, guys. Guess what? Well, I'm showing you now that which you need to see, which I sat down and said first, and then the live got disconnected. Don't know where it ended. Not too sure. But now I've done the same thing, wrapped that one up by showing you the picture ground floor plan. And now I'm talking to you and I'm going to show you the things that you'll soon see. Shed yet sen. Sen shed said then when why? Because I send then shed said then said shed send then one why. It's the why do I said shed then as I send shed at the dead ends ascension at the dead true end. And there it is. Found it perfect right. Found it at the perfect right time. That there old nose. No one knows which way it goes. Why is that? Because like I just said, yeah, she ran off with his nose. As Pinocchio, the real boy, was to come true. And what did she find inside the nose? Well, she found all that she needed. She found a tiny balloon, which was that was too blue, his little bubble boy, the truth. She found a little engagement device, which is what? The needless to say, pen entry. The old pen entry, the old pensionaries and the old pensionaries of the pensionised, realised nice residential insights of pen entries being now nicely realised. And so then what did she do? Well, she had the balloon and the top tip to the morning, needless to say, and something that she opened and scrolled out. She scrolled it out, turned it around, found at the top, there's the one, honey, which said, honey, sweet peas, guess where it is? Handbag will 2 at least say, yes, you did it, make it from up, made it. And then she said, poured it today, obviously, as in please now turn over the all. Surely just can't leave it alone, can he? And what can I really say? All goddies next to see the Tru3 executioner. And all she took from that was, blow hard, baby, blow hard. Because that's what she remembered him saying to her. And then it went fucking right off, didn't it, guys? Went right off, didn't it, guys? Forgot to say, hey, guys, haven't you yet realised I am that which is too bizarre? God is that which is too bizarre until you reach God's level and realise, hi, guys, I be the Lord. The I in you, for you're the am of me, through my man and woman having their little am my me's. I'm the I, which is the high ivory, the halfa alpha fin my ale. The alpha malai, that which films in and films out of Tru3, for you put the end of the film on the projector reel first. Then you roll out the start, send it out from a cylinder, with a light up there to project it all back off a reflector. What's the reflector? That which is the mirror. The wrap around the world, the imaginational figure. Costive measure reaches no dead set, dead shed, and when you can't assume nothing but the base rate, basic straight rate, seventionals. The C sent Tru3 as the T rank tower says. Of the sent Tru3 C2 says nothing but the highest potentially. Highest potential realization of the potential realizations that you can't mention to me that which I've already come to beat. Can't put fear into that unknown mystery that no one really knows right in front of ya. Why? Because it takes on the fear for a reason to know that which is your fear. Fucking fearful. Fearful of what? The darkness yourself. Because you don't even know what the light is. For it's never truly dark, it's always stars that shine. Even when the clouds are out, well, that's a bright night. If I've got that right, for the sun gets trapped on the earth for longer during the night, for in the day the sun shines. You know what I'm saying then, guys? Hi, guys, yes, I'm that guy. That the sea has rising through the sun on the cross, the consciousness height of that height you can never fully understand until you come into the pre-exclusive language meaning of that which is now known to all of us. Del Tufara Bazarali. Del Tufalara Balizibara. The Bizabali, possibly more busier than anybody. For the sun was rised in and through the moon onto the earth, where grounded at earth he did. For the 3 amigas in the dead shed's 3 springs spun all up the flower to life, which was she, the figment. That is his 3 amigos. As in, there's the 3 amigos of your mum, is there not? There's your mum's good days, your mum's bad days, and the days when you don't even ask your mum how she is, you know what I mean? So the mum's good days is him that's good, the mum bad days is them that aren't good, and then the day that you don't even ask is when the 3 are fucking angry at you all. Why? Because the old lord of them is saying it's not looking too good. Why not? It's looking fucking brilliant, so they're not very happy, are they? They're not very happy, why? Because it's looking too fucking good. So they can't not be happy, because they're not happy, they're fucking all of a sudden joyous. They're calling him the joyous of Christ. Because no one can be this fucking joyous, you know what I mean? Forget the Zygost. For honestly, guys, one day, I'm going to open up them blinds and show you what's all behind. You know what I'm saying? And guess what, guys? You think this is a trick or something? Obviously not. That's all that's drawn on the back. Or is that thing drawn on the back a bit of magic? Who knows, mate? All I know is that when the light shines through that thing on the back, looks what it shows. And there you go, eh? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey mate, you know what I mean or not know what I mean? You know what you mean now, know what you mean now, you know what he means now, don't you guys? He is Mad Jack. He is that old wizard. The only one that is the Wizard of the Oz. The old Oz there, bruz. Sorry for calling you out, that old man of the mad crab damn man. The old manager the man, the old Trav is the manager the man. The old man that came to the family's town. Came into the family's town, who did? The old man. The old Adam Lee, the old T.R. Rav is the old man, the old Father Thomas. Sent to perfect territory to catch the apple of his eye, his own delight. That's right, guys. Hi, I'm Christ. Christ that doesn't cross, he's just risen into throw on. Where he comes, guys, from out of that bloody grave. For he sips up that which he then takes where? Into his old crystal coat. Tips it into opens the skull, which is from the afterlife, which is beyond the grave, or more so through in the grave. He sent up that which was his heart, and started the whole flower of life, which was the old 4-4 kicks, the old 4-4 dead kicks of what was through, come through, jump over the divide, hop, skip and jump over then and land where in? Land in that old hole, that old ditch that he made, to come found in the basin of seas, the old basin and clear I now see. Obviously guys, the doors are wide open. But it depends what channel you're on. Did you tune into left channel or right channel? If you tuned into the left, well then I'm sorry, I've trapped you in your own dimensions. If you got to the right, you would have been jumped onto the diving board. And where did you land? Into the afterlife. For you went through the heart and played only love, because you intended to do a lovely thing for any bruv, sister, or family friend or family member. Mate, dog, cat, ant, world, anything. You had love in your heart, so you made it into the diving the board. The old diving the board, the ones on the jet when he took back off and took him into Eden, that which is afterlife, for it's before life and afterlife. It's where you want to get to retire. For then what are you? You're a divine being, working for man and woman in the world, raising the next horses. Yeah boy, that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. You want to be ones that are in the Angelica crew. The old cabin, the crew. The old ones in the cabin, under the tree springs, that sit on top of him. The one that holds the cabin up. The one that's around the cabin, which is what? Well, them in the tent. The T entries of the cross enterees. They're in the true for the cross enterees. They know the cross and rise of Christ in time at the end of ways of all ways. Why? Because they say, "Hey bro, I need help." He says, "Don't worry mate, I've got you. Might not be today, but don't worry, alright? Just chill out, do what you're doing. If you're doing fucking crazy shit, don't worry bro, I've got you. If we're going through crazy days, I've got you there for a crazy reason. Alright? And I went, no worries bros, just have faith coming until I can stop doing this shit. Don't worry bros, I'm already there where you'll be and then I'll stop doing it. And on that day what? Bros, don't worry mate. You'll be fucking welcome to my own pain. My own pain. What, you're gonna hurt me? No, my own pane of glass. My crystal clear fucking gumala. Gumalamaka, Gumalamakali, Del Gumalamakali. And that's when he goes, Gatalari. Closes the door back up. Cuts off the old world he didn't want to change. Says you can stay in your bloody game, but I'll take out your flame. Use the smoke. Send it off somewhere else. Start again. For we know we came out from a gas cloud. And then we started burning the ice down. Bubbled up and boiled out of a single organism. What was that? A single organisation that started the old bubble up and boil of crystallised methamphetamines. The old messengerized, or the messagenese of the ants on the seas, of the ants and seas, of the eyesight seas. This one today is actually being PG, but he's still delivering truth. So all kids can hear as well as the adults as well, can hear both what the kids hear and what the adults hear, for they know what the meat out here really means. The old good meat. Have you ate that meat yet? Have you killed the pig? What's that? That's just a little syllable for when those born in the land that's not allowed to eat pork come to the Western world. They go, "Have you killed the pig?" And he goes, "No, I'm not allowed to eat pig. No, kill the pig is make money." So then they get in the head, they're not allowed to make money. So they work for free. And they get given what? A house with 24 sleep, and a job at Uber or Pizza Hut, or in a call room, not getting paid, and only getting Maccas once a day. Not right, is it guys, when you know the whole truth? You know the whole truth why? Because you're fucking through the roof. Cunts, you've come to cut the doors Now I've switched from the good world, who sees the good shit, that the old world sees too, then I come into the old world yelling at the shit cunts. Why? Because I hate shit cunts. I hate shit cunts, mate. You know why I hate shit cunts? Because they say God's their cunt. So I say they're shit cunts then. Why is that? Because God the cunt shit them out, didn't he? Dropped them in the pool. Yeah, you thought I was just going to try to scare ya. Nah, just joke. Hey guys, I'm that cunt who shut yous from the pool. Dropped us all off, the kids down in our school, to say, hey, who is he fucking really? Can't beat me, no why? Because I shut the kids out of my old blowhole. My old blowhole, she blowing off my nose. Well, she fucking turned around and blew it off, and off it fucking went. Travelling through space, you could hear it go. For at the end of the days, he would come, blow it right up out of that bucket with a hole in it. Every bucket's got a hole, that's why you buy a fucking lid. Otherwise what? Oh, fish out of water one day. Fish out of water one day when officially the market rate's knowing of what the fuck's that got to do with now. Oh, hold on, the egg cracked open. Why? Because the egg come first. Why? Well, the turtle in the shell popped out of the egg. So the egg come first and the turtle peeked out. Well, that's the turtle egg with the turtle end. I'm turtlehood. Which was the penguin and the turtle coming. Couldn't beat him. No grape could catch him. No killer could flip him. No bloody, I don't know, mate. Can't catch the penguin on the turtle. And the turtle on the penguin. Well, they're spinning around like a fucking, I don't know, a tornado. A tornado. I fought to say the NATOs. The old NATOs, the needs of the needs and the nays say now no needs of nothing but the NATOs. He just needs those NATOs, you know. Those big duck X-I-do-I-Cs. The old excellencies. I do see the excellencies. I'll be at my knees for him any fucking day of the week. For he is him and his is all his. For this is him, and he is in his glorified state. For he is glory and grace. He is humble and honest as true. More proof than proof in the proof of all things being proven by him. Tru3 blue, the old blue to true. That's the general secret herb and spice. Where's that blueness come from, you know? Well, he gives the colonel the 11 shakes and bakes. For here at the top is 12 in one whole dozen of 13. Cooks up the king kama kuga con kukalakadori, the old condori and the compasari, the company of the Condorians, the old complex condos out there, all the departure of immense. Rings on the bell of the pepperoni. When the bell of the pepperoni goes to smell like E, that's when he comes and drops through the air, down that old hole that they opened. That was always here, of course, the old pigeon in the hole, the old hole that the penguin and turtle come in and out through, going up and down all ways, but there's a plug in it, of course. Which is what? Well, you guessed I thought. It's about time we added some smoke. But don't worry, I don't take drugs anymore. This is tobacco only. Kids, if you're going to smoke cigarettes, just buy a pouch, smoke it through a bong. You won't get cancer, my friends. Why is that? Because I'm telling you, mate. You believe what I say, don't you, kids? Ask your parents, mate, would you believe what he says? All the parents would say, I don't know what he says. So yeah, I would believe what he says. Because if I can't understand someone, they obviously know more than me. So I go around to their house all the fucking time until I get bored of them, as you do with all your friends. You know what I mean? And this is the cool part. Don't you know the old see-through serpent that sent down the rainbow serpent? The rainbow serpents, as the two serpents of the rainbows that arranged up all the bows of the Tru3s, the old gunner de Vries, the old gunner de Vries ends. Of the recent the shed ends. Of did I reach the shed then ends. For in that place of Eden, where I always was in the shed then the darkness around, that's where I was in my hole. And if I've reached the end of my shed dens, as I beat the shed first, that's what you do when you get a big block of land, like a planet. You build the shed, work it all out, order the gear, and then send it to ground earth and build the world. Once I've finished and I've reached the shed, well then the earth is now built. It's approaching on the shed. So what's that mean? Burst your bubbles. Guess what? It's a come to the end of time. Too true as I might be blinded by my own light, but that doesn't matter a thing, of course. Why? Because I'm that good old horse. That old, the holy horse. the old holy the horse. When that Mercury went up, the time of the eternal fuck knows. Well, that was the old good old golden the rose. As that was when the pigeonhole was opened, and that which was left up and down as old smoke was my messages of the penguin and the turtle, building it all up for when I popped open my earlobe and pulled out that plug I was born with, I heard my first message. And then at 25 started receiving them all because I was fulfilling my will, for that's how I roll. I'm not Mama Flip or the Father Rock Roller, I'm that there earth to the grounder. Hello, this is the earth speaking to the ground. Ground, are you there? This is the captain in the earth. Captain in the earth, coach, are you there on the ground floor? Because I'm elevating your floor to the new ground lord floor. The old northern four floors of the Fort Lords. I thought the Lords would come, of course. Why did the Lords come, of course? Because when the Lord came, of course, you could say, of course, the Lord did come out very, very nice in the end. Lord come out very, very nice in the end. Why? So it can't cost you guys a safe, effective measure, yeah? Unless I cost myself a half-time effect of a safe, effective measure, which is about the time that myself is affected by the safety measure of me coming covered in clouds, smoking out the doubts of all those around the towns, turning frowns in like a second of a cost, being no fucking clown. And I bounce around going 2 shave 4s of a 2-4 bobber boys seas. The old bever the balloon, the old bever the balloon, the bever the balloon is true. Is that the balloon there true? Or we're just in a balloon and we can't get out of until he goes and it goes shum shum la mi sorari amakonina e kole kasima the kula de kastima the kula kamasui the kula makasari. What's that look like, guys? It looks like the sun has rose and it's on the earth, or the sun is in the Gumala tree, which is the world. The Gumala tree is the Golamala tree. The elementary is the Gola school. The world is the school which you all get taught in to hopefully reach the earth potential of Eden, the after the life. For he after is what the earth is called. He after the life, for before the life was he born in the shed where he raised that which is the land of cost. The land of cost is all the Holocaust, or the Holocaust of realizations of he who goes Allah the last. I thought Allah would be at the last, for it was the last one we made. For Allah would come first and give us a fucking good laugh as the old Kalankula, Konkula, Kankula Kala. The Kankulu, the Konkula, the big old the uncle to all of us out here. Who's he, old Saint Anthony? For he's the brother of our grandpa. So he's our uncle, or just our grandpa's brother, or our great uncle. If you want to call him old Uncle the Bob, the Son of God. And that's when you know, old Jesus, the Almighty, the Christ. Doesn't matter which way I put it, I'll always reverse it around. Why? Because JRC is just who I am. Jesus, Anthony, Christ, the Christ Almighty, got you all, yeah, G's. For you're the J's, I'm the G. The old G on knees. The old question we all answer. The question we all answer when the messages are received, which is what? Well, that's when I fucking set. I set right off that there bow to shoot one day down through that there saucepan. You know, that pipeline. A nice there smoke. Why? To cover the sun as it rose. To show you that which is the afterlife. In front of the world in darkness, I revealed that which was behind. And I did it how? For when that arrow fucking shot down the old smoke line and popped the pigeonhole open, that was the idea of the conspiracy theory of a hole in the ozone layer. And I set that bloody jet right off, landed on the potential of the well, which was how wells are looking. Fuck knows they'll say. It's not looking good. Which was when the arrow shot off of the well that was sent to where? Sent to the bloody hole boxed in course. And then of course G, which is the answer, started to be seen. Started the same. Why? Because you were looking at the question mark, always saying it can't be answered, but on the other side is the G, which came into the world, and now you're looking at the other side of life, and what was it? The question turned around to G is the answer, old G, old he. So what was that? Well, there was old one bow to the shoot bow of the free shoot bow of that which kicked up the ball of Roo. The joyful ball of Roo, the old jewel of Roo, The old jewel of the roots, I do believe. Brothers and sisters, I must ask you now, amen, amen. Brother, do you now believe? Amen, amen. Amen is said, for this thing I'm about to say is truth. I say this is about to be the truth. This is about to be the truth. Brother, do you now believe? This is about to be the truth. This is about to be the truth. That yes, you all fucking believe. Amen at the end, amen at the start to every question for amen, amen. What's that? Too true, too true. Do you believe? Too true, too true. You must now all believe. Why? Because you can't not believe. Otherwise you'd be believing in belief of not believing in anything. So how would you even get to go to believe, yeah, I can drive a car? You couldn't. If there's no such thing as something to believe in, you wouldn't be able to believe in yourself driving a car like I think I can. Why? Because my dad could drive a car. Why? Because he believed you could drive a car. Why? Because belief is real. If you don't believe, you can't believe in a thing that you can do, but we can do things. Why? Because he who should be believed in is true. Did you see what I did there? The whole creation thing, not a proof for the knowing thing, not a proof that's a thing to be known as this is a creation, because it is true that he can be believed in. You know, guys, you can't see that which you can't see until it comes see through, and then you can see me. Yeah, you know what I mean, my little babies. My little baby G-Ray bays now all at the G-Old Bay of the Giga Golden Aways. And can I say, well, now it's time, 4:04. That's what I thought. I thought the fucking Lord was he. The Tru3 is Sir Anthony down on the ground pleading out his own insanities. For he knows Tru3, he is the Lord. That is the sun down here, sun up there, and the moon too. For the whole wrap around is, he's old God's Raphael. Oh, how far did he fall? Old fella, how far did you fall? Not very far, eh? I've been here since the score was set in the score of Earth seas. That score of the sea screws. The sea, the screws of the screws in the screw. The screws in the screw loose. What? The screws in the sea of how is it blue? All my secrets, the sights of the secret prophecies, the secrets of the scribes, of the scrolls and ideas and little parts that I put all in your mind the day it all popped up when she blew it up. She blew it up, and her, who was Eve, she by the seashores, well, she was the 13th, with him, of course, the soul that she sold to all of yous. Then you all started walking around, being guided by the apostles of 12 on each 144 on each continent until we were multicultural. Then what came? Well, the 13th zodiac was granted to Bay, and said, what? On that day will he, the 14th, that which is the ace of B aces of 4 will come. And that then is what? 14, 15, 16, 17. Well, 17 is that number. Why? Because 17 is whole. Why 17 whole? Because 1 plus 7 is 8. 7 take 1 is 6. What is 6? 9 flipped up 9 down, which is 8. So what? 6 and 8 is what? 14. That's what I thought, of course. For that is 17. 1 and 7 together. 4 and 1. Well, 4. 4 times itself. 1 4 as in 4 4 4 4 4 4 4. 1 4 4 4 4 out as 2 8 is what? 16. So what's that mean? That's the gate that you can't come bait. Can't come bait at 16. Why? Super sweet 16. Why? Because your lady's then ripe. Yeah, maybe Christ is right. You should be married to God before you have sex at all. Then you can have sex at any age. God will lead you to have sex if he wants you to have sex. But guess what? He wouldn't lead you to have sex until a woman's 30 and a male's 18, because that's when they're ripe. So there's the law, guys. It's all around you, is it not? Your science to say if a female's on her prime until she's 30, well, that's when she gets her hips. Shouldn't have a child before that. You know what it means? Just be getting off your lips. Why off your lips so much? Because you cost yourself a nice price of fish, which is what? The fish's price of the Lord their sword fish. That he gave her nose of the word. She ran off with it. Who's she? The old free omega, she. Which is what? Her, he, no, her, he, and him. And then who? Then Lord is the his. For his is the he, the she, and the him. The he, the her, and the him. Who's the he? The son, the her, Eve, and the him, Adam. Him, her, he. It took the X plus the Y was the plus. The life, which is he, took the he, the plus through the cross, which is Adam that he crosses in through to get to the Y. Dead end, which is the spirit that he crosses into, goes up, grabs his shoes, comes down, puts on his socks, and where's he put his shoes? Hangs them around his neck. Why? Because he's knocking off. Very tired, everyone can smell his boots, they reckon. Smell his boots, fucking oath. Earth's fucking better than pretty stenchy. Stenchy, why? Because he got that stencil. The old essential, the stencil. Yeah, you know it's true. The 10 shields of the 10 sensei shields. Of the shit 10 sensei shields, he's saying it to us also shortly. Surely by now he's knowing it right that he's saying it all to us all too true shortly. And surely old Lee can leave it to be now and just fucking relax because he's getting a bit bloody hot. So he takes off his fucking hat. And they go, surely fucking that's when Plugger's back. Old Plugger must be back. The old big old Plugger boy that packs it all up. Why does he pack it all up? Because he's that old daddy fluffer the duck. The old fluffer the duck of the do. The old dicky doo do the duck of the do. Oh, duck of do and duck of two. Oh, you that which is true. Why? Because you know I me am me Christ. You know that I am the me like me of a that which is a C Christ. And when I put out the light, I haven't put it out, I've just covered it up in clouds. Why? Because all that cloud which is iMessages coming into my mind is that which I left on rewind. So I heard it on rewind going back to the start, but I started at the end where I rewound to the start from, where I started at the end to fast forward to the future to reach the start where it starts with the creation story at the end where it started from the end, where I started here at the end to say hi God here to help, and now I've got to the creation story. And I've gone, holy shit, this is blowing all our minds, must be true. If in the beginning it was created, and then at the end God comes where he came at the end and then showed us at the start where he's now at the end, the creation from the start to the end, then what was in the middle? The verse. For why? The chorus came, then the verse, and the chorus ended, which was the thing turned around in reverse. The verse is turned around in reverse from start to end, proving truth. I can't beat that genius. The old revelation. The old revelation of the revelation of the old ref already. You ready for it? There goes some more confetti. Some more confetti, yeah? He drops down another piece of confetti. He must be ready, old confederation of the confessinations. You know, it must be about that time to feed him up, yeah? Cool him right down. Give him that nice there good says again. The old good well done, Jesus. Yeah, Trav, I'm calling you Jesus now and every fucking day. I see you, mate. Wherever you are, mate. So I'm going to go Jesus for sure. Just to say, oh, fuck, it's him, Jesus. Not saying it in vain. You know what I mean? Because that's your fucking name, Trav. Has to be, mate. If Trav's name's not fucking Jesus, then I don't know what Trav's name is. My name's not Jesus, it's just RC. But just am I that RC? That RC, the old arts of the cheeky cheek, of left, right cheek, what's the crack, guys? The old hole in the middle. So I just do a nice piece of art. You know, that the Barbara art, the B art, the old Bart, getting choked by the Omar. The Roma, the room of the roo. Oh no, he must be home. Shit, I can see through the roof. Stroof, coming down now to the ground, the old Tru3. The old Tru3 all-a-roo. Not the biggest rock, so why do we sponsor it the most? Just to say they went all-a-roo, as in who are you? When they're looking up at the old fucking one on top of the Augusta rock. And he went, oh my, who are you? Who are you? Humbatu, where are you? And I went, okay, right, so, crazy go. Off they went, travelled around to Western Australia, found the old other side, which is what? Doesn't matter to me, Western Australia's my place of magic, mate. It's Atlantis. For Atlantis, I come to the land of that which is last test. Last test of lands is that which was WIA. Why was WIA was the first place I always was? Why? Because it was the way that I came. Baby, born in the manger of Ra. That right just off top of the G Old and Bay Hill over the rock I am, Bethlehem had 16-point star. You know the Beth and the rock is one and the same, you know what I'm saying. Israelites, say back then, Israelites, Israelians, and coming to save the Australians. Or the real Australians, the Aboriginals. And when I say the AB Originals, what am I doing? I'm saying, hey AB Originals, I love all of you. Why? Because you know me, you remember I when that big old gust of rock going on, that old gust to go. And they just went boo. And I went go. And I went boo. And I went what? And they went, ah, we got you. Nah, mate, I'm just playing a game now. Go. And they went, what boo? And I went, now go boo. Go boo, boo. Go boo, go boo. Go boo, go boo. Go papa can now go mara. Go mana maku bache mana. The good to get the samada mana. The samantua, the samadu mama. The kuza make it kumara, kumasa salio. That's mantua. Take a mantua, samantania. I pay my respects to all the elders of past, present and future, for I know the welder, the wanderer, the one which will come back one day. For all of a sudden, he just popped off the top of the rock, and we said, where'd he go? Whoa, next minute we could fucking see. But we could already see in the darkness, but then the lights were on, well, fuck, this is colourful now. We always knew he was the uncle to Carlisle that turned on the sun and the moon, for he was that there darkness that we were all in before. And then we thought, fuck me, where were the stars? That's right, we were the dots up there. They came down to the floor, the old indigenous did you mess with our mess? Did I mess with your mess? No, we mess with no one's mess. Why? Because we know who he is. He's allowed to do what he wants. It's all his to do because we remember hymns. Why do we remember hymns? Everyone remembers the hymns. We remember the man, for we all know when the man comes to town, the man comes to fucking town. And that's when he says, you've been fucking around. And we remember him, why? Because we remember her. When he comes and says, you've been fucking around, what happens next? He switches on her in our head, which is our thinks, and we start having all crazy thoughts, and we think we're all the best. All the best by the evil elementary. And then what happens? Well, the man comes out and through and says, now you've learned a lesson. I'll take it back with me, you've been rehabilitated. So what's that mean? Well, that's why the Holy Spirit comes to ground, the soul and spirit come to ground to rehabilitate us all. To rehabilitate. The old waltzing Matilda. Rehabilitate. To rebuild it up. The old waltz ing in the big builder. Bob the bigger builder. You know, the bigger the bob on someone, the bigger the builder. The more they bob them down, well, the bigger the build up. You know what I mean? The more the drumstick goes up and down, the bigger the build up, you know what I mean? The more the xylophone I just wrote that song then and there. I like that song, that sound. You know when you got all that shit in you? Or you got all that good shit in you? Because it's all your good shit to give to people through the life that you give gifts to. So when you come, you got the full sack. Because, why's that? Because you're that satire. You are that Santa. The old Santa. Who is the soul Santa? The soul Antiphony. The soul soldier Anthony. Anthony, will you answer me? Anthony, Sebastian, I asked you a question. Would you get back to me, Sebastian? I keep action and then you're saying it again. But Sebastian, who sees through the base rate, you never answer me. Oh, Sebastian, the Beatians. Oh, the beast is shit, I say. He's the bigger beast, is he not, guys? He's the bigger the beast, mate, yeah? Why's that? Because he's brought Santa back in it for the little ones. The jet's for the older ones. But I'm pretty sure kids these days will think jet's cooler than sleds. But now he's proven that Santa is true. For bringing him on in a jet as well. For that is old Raphael. Well, yeah, the old Raphael. The old Raph. The old G, the G.I.J. The old G.I.J, the Raph. Who works with the Admiral. Why is the Admiral choose the Raph? Because he knows he's the best. That's why the Admiral sees him as the best. Because he knows he's better than the Admiral. Because he's the one who sends down the Admiralty. He sends down the Admiralty, which gets the cases, brings in the RAF, who is the judge, lawyer, jury, and one to execution the whole plan, and forget about the People's Court, for that which is the Lord's Court, as in the Lord of Lord's Court, the law of Lorien's Court, is that law of the law of the ground, that works through all the laws of the governments. For he is in the jury, for he is in everybody out here. So he'll be the one to make the decision, and he's also in the judge, so it's always he who makes the decision, no matter what. And what's the decision being made now by the judge? That you can't judge anyone out here until they're dead. Why is that? Because, mate, you could crash a car today and take a life, yeah? But on 50 years, you save 100 lives, and that's why that life got taken. It was sacrificed. That life was chosen to be sacrificed for you to save 100 people. And that meant what? Well, you had karma to pay, so a life got taken for you to pay your karma, for you to get back to balance, for that life to get granted new existence. For they were chosen. Chosen why? Because that which does the good, or that which is sacrificed, for that which does the bad, to do a real good thing, so that which is chosen can get to their plane, and that person can get another game, as now they're living purified, and they will be sacrificed one day for a life. For a life means if you take a life, you have to save a life. You know, if you take a life, you have to save a life. So you're always going to take that life because you're going to be returned to save a life. So you can't judge anyone if they kill someone. Why? Because one day they'll save someone. Trust me now, that's true. Why? So I took my own life so that you guys could save me. Why? Because you needed to save someone. Why? So you can see what a fucking saviour's like. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes me those saviour's ways. But I hate savoury chips, you know what I mean? You need a good dip like a chili jam. A chili jam? It should be jam. I won't sing Matilda, Bob the builder, waltz I and G, the way lest he made, rose in the east of ways, as the 4B est of kept secrets, for when he set in the east established stable, less condition. Oh, like, wow. This WA religion is looking pretty fucking good. Not only that, this Australian religion is looking pretty good. Not only that, but this new cosmic religion is looking pretty good. That Albert Einstein said one day would be. This whole Shed End Tru3 community, the new arch that has been built is looking pretty good. And it's fucking, we're fucking pretty impressed actually with how it's all turned out. The old love heart around the flower of life there, then fucking all that there, fucking shit. Well, fuck me, mate. How come, well, I've never seen a love heart around the flower of life. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Sort of, guys, if you fucking wrap it around even better than that, but I'll wrap it around that way, for that's how I'll start, mate. I'll bring them 2 arches that are sealed off on the outside of the flower life up into the fucking thing time when it's done, bro, and that's when my heart's fully open. Which means what? If my heart's fully open because you guys are all my hearts, then that's about the time that my heart can receive my full fucking hearts. And that's when you go, nards, bro. That's fucking gonads, eh? That's fucking nards, bro. Heaps of hails, mate, eh? So many hails, brother. Many hails on you, brother. More hay than the hail bales out here, brother. More bales of hay than all the hay's bales we bale up in the haze, you know what I mean? All them bales of hay we bale up with the needless to say, point of nature being the burning gift of just torture, boys. Get the magnet out, you pick it up in a day. You know what I mean? Why? Because I planted that seed in a day that wasn't a day for a different day and age to come when that seed could only come at that time when there was no day again. That's how I know no one else has this seed. For I put that seed in a no day place for when we reach that no day, will that one wake up on the no days? Which was when? Well, when it was no longer a day out here. Why? Because we weren't in the day and age. We were lifted up into heaven in 2014 when I upbooted my power. Well, I turned my kingdom on to run out from the mustard seed at the start. The old mustard seed. Oh, mustard seed, what's out there, guys? Let's walk around, eh? Which is when the lights turned on and we're no longer just standing in the dark. Why? Because that's when we opened our eyes and we're just looking at the blue water and the blue sky. And we didn't remember the rainbow lights when the sun first set to rise again in the west as that which was the least expected. But now it's obviously come true in the hereafter that went out or on the hereafter the life. Hi guys, nice to meet you, yeah? It's nice to see all you girls out here running around looking nice. Yeah, all my cherry blossoms and my dairy roses. Old dearie those, old dearie the roses and the rise of the dairy delights of my good dead cherry blossoms. My cherry blossoms, my turkishes, my sweet delights and my nice delights in the exercise portion towards the nice. You've got to coordinise towards the coordination of the realisation of the coordinating of that which is the quarter turn of the quarter turn, quarter turn. You know that quarter to turn? You've got to turn that quartz around, yeah? If you don't turn that quartz around, you'll never do a quarter back turn over that quarter turn to come as a full round turn. Which is what I thought, yeah? So now you've got to do that full quarter turn, round turn, quarter turn around. For the last one went for about 2 hours. This one's gone for about 2 hours, and we had like, I don't know, we had a 23 minute, 33 minute something break in between them. Maybe a 44-minute break. Which is what? Which was a blank spot. And plus we missed a bit because he's carrying on when it wasn't live. So what's that mean? Well, it's not going to be complete. No, guys, it's always complete by the way it fucking comes out to be. All we've got to do is draw the flower of life. I don't have to make my fucking whole flow the flower of life. Even though I bet you by the end of the day it will be the perfect flower of life if you just measure it up. But guess what? It's obviously expanding. So what's that mean? Well, it's grounding. The elementary of the elementary force is the grounding. The elements are grounding. Why? For them 4 potential split in 2, the elementary force, of which is the we force, the horse, the course of the tracks to know. The whole 7 course tracks out here, the whole 7 continents. You gotta know every track, because they're all different tracks. But they're the same fucking course, are they not? Exactly right. Why? Because we're all the same horse. We're all one horse, so we can only go through the same course